The STV Radio Football Show is brought to you by C.R. Smith. C.R. Smith are Scotland's top-rated window and doors company on Trustpilot, rated 4.9 out of 5, with over 5,500 reviews. C.R. Smith have fitted over 1 million windows and doors across Scotland. They offer great financial rates, so you can get the best product for your home at an affordable rate. We're all lovers of the beautiful game. Well, C.R. Smith make beautiful windows for beautiful homes. It's an open goal. Head to crsmith.co.uk for more info. Now it's time for the podcast.
The STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by C.R. Smith.
Hello and welcome to the STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by C.R. Smith. I'm your host, Ronnie Charters, and joining me this morning is a man whose back end's just a wee bit squeakier after the weekend, Mr. Ewen Cameron. Ewen, how are you?
There are many places I'd rather be than here.
Interesting.
It was a very painful weekend.
Yep.
Watching Hearts throw away a 2-1 lead against Livingston to then draw 2-2 and then allow Rangers to close the gap on us. So, yes, it's
Celtic. And if you're wondering, folks, come on down. And if you're wondering, we had a big discussion in STV Towers before we arrived. And if you're looking for a bubble gun this week, we felt that because you did technically regain top spot.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't lose the game.
And you didn't lose the game. And because it is Easter, you know, and a good weekend for people, we're not going to give them the bubble gun. This is where I would normally pull it out and go, hey, but we're not. They're back top. So
we're top of the league.
You're top of the league. And joining us as well, because Callum Bell's still not here.
Callum's still in South America.
We got a video from him in Colombia.
Oh, jeez.
He's now in Colombia. God help Colombia. What time was this at? 6 in the morning? Even the Colombians know Hearts' bubble has burst, Ewan. And folks, all I can say is it's a video of a Colombian man
blowing a bubble gun.
Blowing a bubble gun. There you go. We should get to our guest then.
We do have a guest in with us this morning now. There are 3 teams that are in this title race.
Correct.
Ronnie, you're a Celtic fan. I'm a Hearts fan. So to balance it up, we've invited a Rangers fan to join us. And I wish to hell we hadn't.
He was trying to cancel you this morning. So
he was.
I genuinely was thinking about cancelling him. But from the This Is Ibrox podcast. A return. Yes, you were that good the last time we invited you back.
I thought so.
Iain is here. Hello, Iain.
Welcome,
Hi.
Iain.
Hi, great.
Well, how are you, pal?
So pleased you asked me this weekend to come in.
Did your eyes light up when that message came through?
So excited. So pleased to be here. Yes.
Oh, so Iain's joining us for the duration of the show. We'll also have a few other guests joining us later in the programme. And of course, as ever, we're here every Monday.
Yeah.
Sometimes on a Sunday.
Sometimes a Sunday.
But this Good Friday, no, Easter Monday, we are here.
We should explain before we go any further. Ronnie's a bit rough.
See this?
If you're watching on YouTube, just look into his eyes right now.
They're
like pea holes in the snow.
Listen,
He's here though. He's here.
Yeah.
Shut up, you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Fraser said, what I did was what Jesus did this weekend. I disappeared on the Friday, turned back up on the Sunday. It's been a long weekend, folks, but we've enjoyed ourselves.
It's the resurrection of Ronnie Charters and possibly Celtic and Rangers as well.
We will bring you this tomfoolery every single Monday. So make sure you like, share and subscribe on all your social media platforms, as well as the STV player and YouTube. And if you cannot get enough of Ewen Cameron, then you can join Ewan and I 2 till 6 on a Saturday on STV Radio, where we do this during the matches, which is quite fun actually.
It was very exciting at the weekend, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Because Rangers were playing in the game of the day against Dundee United, and it was goals galore.
Everywhere,
and then it went 3-2, and then we got news that Dundee United just hit the post.
Ewan actually got trolled by a listener because we get the when they send WhatsApps into the chat. Excuse me, that was
steady.
How's that communion wine coming back up with it? So we got a text from a listener going, guys, you're behind, it's 3-3.
I
Ibrox,
love that
and
so much.
he was it's
Love that
3-3.
so
It's 3-3. Oh my god!
I was jumping up and down in the studio because somebody trolled me to say it was 3-3, and the troll happened to be a Rangers fan.
Love that. They loved it. So you can join Ewan and I 2 till 6 on a Saturday on STV Radio, where we never play the same song
all day long.
There we go. Very good. And you can also leave your comments. Now the comments this week, because following on from our good friend Jose Catongo.
Jesus.
Right. See,
Quite a lot to live up to, by the way. He was a lot. Yeah.
Wasn't he?
He was fun.
What's your favourite story then? Come on, let's start it.
Did you ever shit in a bag?
No.
We had to cut that one out, remember, because of the ending of it.
Oh no, we kept that in.
No, he was hugging trees.
Oh yes, yeah.
It's you that shits in gardens, no him. Genuinely, the editing skills last week of the guys next door for Jose. Oh my!
Yeah,
There were so. I mean, how many times did he say the C word?
I know. I didn't think he'd talk about Celtic either, but he did. That's pretty good. Right.
Yeah, you've got a lot to live up to, mate, with Jose Catongo.
The bleep machines.
Aye. To be honest with you, I'm glad you're here because I don't know if I could take round 2 of a Jose Catongo.
That's a safe pair of hands.
Right?
Aye, safe pair of hands.
Well, I don't know if it's a safe pair of hands. We've got a gloating Rangers fan here who thinks he's going to win the league.
No longer an angry bear. A loving one. Right. So some of your comments this week. Again, Callum Bell not being here has meant that they're just going in 2-footed because they're actually enjoying him not being here. Stephen says, Jose to replace Callum permanently.
I don't know if I could handle Jose week in, week out.
When we're finished this, we will tell you the story that he told after about 10 seconds into the podcast that we had to stop filming and go,
yeah,
you can't say that word out loud. Genuinely. And we get away with a lot, folks, but Jose, he went to the line.
And every time, but when we told him you can't say that word, he kept saying it.
Again and again. And that's just, anyway.
It made you look pretty chill, which is
saying this, Harry has said that he enjoyed Jose so much because Ewan, it seems, is much more relaxed and much funnier without the constant needling from Callum. Do you feel more relaxed now that the big man's away?
I have felt more relaxed in the last couple of weeks, if I'm being brutally honest with you. Having Callum to my left every single week, needling me.
It's quite close proximity as well.
It's that,
touchy.
Yeah,
Heat.
And he keeps needling, he keeps prodding and poking, and he doesn't say that much, but when he says it with sarcasm.
And spite.
It's spite, aye. So, yeah, I have been a bit more relaxed. Today, I'm maybe a wee bit more tense because we've got a Rangers fan sat next to me. Yeah.
That's on the way down. Anyway.
What's that? That's... Mate, you just said it yourself. The reason why you don't have a bubble gun is because Hearts is still top of the table. So what's this?
It's your away form over the last 4 weeks.
Right, we're going to
get to that. So Kay has said, been with this show since the start. You're all fuds, but we love it.
We are all fuds.
That's kind of Veritas there. That's kind of true. Chris comes away with a fantastic fact. He says, want you to read this one out, guys. My favourite fact of the season. Dunfermline have won more games against a Premiership side than Livingston have. Livingston beat...
Aye. They've beaten Hibs.
They beat Hibs. They beat Aberdeen.
And Livingston have won one. They've won one game.
Fair play. Give Leonard a job. Alan says, a live show is so needed. Take my money now. Don't think so.
We are genuinely talking about it, about doing an end of season.
Would you come?
I was invited along, yeah. Would I pay for it?
Would I pay?
What if it was
your fee for the day, right? Okay.
But it depends who wins the league. That's actually a key component in all that.
Because it was an idea that Callum came up with Ronnie. I think on the hope from both of them that Hearts wouldn't win the league, that we would host a live show, a live recording of the podcast in a live venue where we could invite fans along. And the 20th was the date we were
potentially Wednesday the 20th.
Potentially Wednesday the 20th.
Just before the Scottish Cup final, the night of the Europa League final.
Yeah.
Just after someone lifts the Premiership trophy on the Saturday.
And my fear with that is
your
this.
sphincter couldn't handle that,
no,
honestly.
My fear with that is that if Hearts don't win the league, is that I'm just going to have either Rangers or Celtic fans turn up or both just to wind me up, and I'm just going to blow up.
Not.
Never.
No,
so I think we make a decision on it when I see what happens next weekend.
That's a live show effect then, isn't it? Right, your weekend.
Wait, hold on a wee minute.
Oh no, we do. We have genuinely, folks, we got a lovely message into us.
From a boy called Chris. I won't give out any more details than that, but it was a direct message to me on X. I just want to read this out to you. Evening, my friend. Just want to say is that I love the banter on the show. It's great, and I love the banter on X as well. The three of you all bounce off each other, and it keeps me going and makes me laugh. But could you give a mention for mental health for us guys? I've been close to the edge a couple of times in life. Depression is a killer. I know many guys like me will listen to your podcast and laugh, but amongst the banter, if you could speak up for guys to talk, if they feel like they have, it would be wonderful. You have a platform to reach just that one person who on a Monday that might think they have had enough. As said, been there. Your podcast makes me laugh in the morning, going to work, which takes my mind off things. I love what you all do. Keep up the good work, and genuine good luck to your teammate. That's from a boy called Chris, who is a Rangers fan. He's got a couple of kids and has been struggling with depression. And I have been quite open about my own mental health issues over the years due to many things that went on in my life as a child and as a teenager and into my early 20s. And Chris and I began chatting over the weekend, and it's one of those things where this is a guy who's got his job, he's got his family, but he still struggles from week to week. And the job that you do, that I do, that even Iain does on his podcast is an escape for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And it may take their mind off problems that they have in their own lives and takes them out of that. And sometimes we forget that this show or any show like this can have a positive effect on people. So Chris, it was lovely speaking to you over the weekend. All the best, mate. And as I said to you while we were chatting, we'll always be here for you.
Correct.
Drop me a wee message if you ever need to speak. And that's for anyone out there.
Our show's DMs are always open. Your DMs are open.
All
My DMs are open. And anyone needs to talk, we're always here to help.
Drop us a DM.
And we will put all relevant information in the description of this podcast. Should anyone just need a wee helping hand, then we will put links in this podcast, because you're right, we do have a platform. Mm-hmm. Men tend to bottle things up.
100%.
Do the manly thing and not speak about their feelings.
Yeah.
But
fair play to Chris, because again, as you say, not many men admit or get in contact with me. I'm a stranger. Chris only knows me through this particular show. But he reached out to me, and that's you halfway there.
Yeah.
Just by reaching out and by expressing how you're feeling. And for me, because I bottled everything up, and I used to suffer with panic attacks. I was suffering from all sorts of nervousness and depression, and hanging out of my window at 3 o'clock in the morning for 26 years, 3-4 times a week. I would be hanging out my window, trying to get air into my body, thinking I'm having a heart attack, being rushed to the hospital. And that was all because I hadn't dealt with issues from my past, and I was sort of like trying to leave it behind, but it was always there. So until you open up your mouth, until you speak, until you realise there's a problem, then those issues are going to keep coming to the forefront when you least expect it. And Chris, by reaching out to me, has done the right thing, and you're already halfway there by admitting you've got a problem.
And may have helped one other person. And if you can help one other person, the world's a better place.
100%.
So thank you, Chris. And as ever, we are here for anyone who just needs that wee bit of help. So your weekend, apart from the result, what did you get up to? We were always close. Of course, we are the husband and wife of STV Radio. You were on the show with me on the Saturday.
Yes. Do you know how I got over the shocking result against Livingston? I watched The Sound of Music last night.
Well, that's one way to do it. Yeah.
I genuinely watched all 2 hours, 55 minutes.
That's a long film.
That's a long one.
Yeah.
2 hours, 55 minutes, I watched The Sound of Music.
Wow.
I will say this, is I didn't sit on the sofa for the 2 hours and 55 minutes. I did at some point get up and go to the dining room table and have my steak pie and mashed potatoes.
Oh, I thought we were going to say I went up and started dancing the Edelweiss or something. I couldn't sit still the whole time. Big Chris Plum on that guitar. Wow.
No, but I did get up out the chair and went to the dining room table and had my steak pie and mash and sweet corn, but it was on in the background, so the songs were still playing, and it was so I had this. So
it's a long old tricky film, that.
But weirdly, it took my mind off the game. And my Doug loves The Sound of Music as well. My Doug Harley sings along to the music. I sent a video in the group chat.
Yeah, you did, aye.
Aye,
When you say sings along,
I know.
The dog sings along. Go and you find a video, you can put it up on the screen there, show them. But yeah, genuinely, weirdly, I forgot about the football because I was getting stick on X. Did you see the stick I was getting on X?
a little bit, yeah.
Look. Look at the dog. There he is.
There's the dog.
Loving it.
Okay.
Aye.
Big fan of Julie Andrews.
Loves Julie Andrews. So that's what I did after the Hearts game. On Saturday I was on the radio with you, and then here we are on a Monday morning doing the podcast. What about you, Ian? What was your weekend like?
Yeah, very football focused. It's rare that I get to watch all three of the teams over the weekend, so that was quite nice. It was very nice in one instance.
Were you at Ibrox?
I was at Ibrox on Saturday, doing it for our podcast in the media room. When that team came out, it was a little bit, quite a lot of nerves in the room.
Was there?
Yeah, it wasn't a good vibe at the time. But
were you nervous ahead of the game?
Oh yeah, massively.
Aye.
Yeah. I think every game just now is you're just going to kind of worrying, because I think if any team, again, it sounds like I'm slagging you, it's not. If any team drop points, it's like disaster, because the other two can now catch us up or can take it over. So,
but did you not also feel you had a wee advantage because you were playing first?
Well, our last game on a Saturday 3 p.m. was January, I think, if I remember right. So it's been a hell of a long time.
Is it really?
We play Sunday more often than not. We play Saturday evenings. Again.
So say that again. So the last time you played at 3 o'clock on a Saturday was January?
I think it was late January, early February kind of thing. It was a while ago. Especially as well, we don't play a lot before Hearts in particular. So to get 3 points, to get top of league for 24 hours, whatever it was big. So going into it thinking we could be top tonight, we could be properly putting pressure on.
So what did you do on Saturday night after you'd beat Dundee United?
I've got 2 kids. My life's very boring. I don't get to go to clubs. I'm just up the road. Football all day.
So there's me, sound of music in the house. You've got the 2 kids.
Yeah.
Let's find out what Ronnie did over the weekend and why his eyes are looking like piss holes in the snow.
No kids anywhere near my weekend, let me tell you. No chance, we're not having wins.
So how late was your night?
Very.
So that's why you're feeling a bit worse for wear this morning.
See, you know it when I have to be driven here.
So you didn't even get the car this morning.
No
Somebody
chance.
drove you.
Of course. I got up, looked at myself in the mirror and went, that's not happening, is it? And I says,
Did Fraser drive you?
Wonderful human being.
Fraser drove you. Where is he just now?
No, I've left him to go and just shop. I don't know.
They come and pick you up.
I'll wait to talk football with the lads. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, we went out with my in-laws and Fraser because Fraser's family's always skiing.
Okay.
But they left us, didn't take us with us because we're going to Amsterdam tomorrow for Eurovision.
Oh, so you're a jammy get.
I'm away all week.
I do like a bit of Eurovision myself.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah, it's good.
My passion. Apart from football, obviously. The Chiefs outside listening to this going, why is he hosting a football show? So the ones who weren't allowed to go on the ski trip, we all went out yesterday, started with cans of gin and tonic on a ScotRail train at 11:30
in the morning,
and finished with an Uber ride home at around 3:30. Chatting to
that's quite a
and
shift,
see, because there's 4 of us, we had to sit in the front. Somebody had to sit in the front. Of course, poor Fraser was the one who had to be landed in the front. So we were all cocked out, and all every too often I just hear him talk to the driver going, so what you do, big man? I was like, Fraser, this guy doesn't want to speak to you. It's 3 in the morning. You've got him a fare all the way down to Saltcoats for the city centre. Leave the guy alone. Do you know what I mean? Jesus. But yes, we went to a drag show and I sang karaoke.
What did you sing? Please tell me you sang The Sound of Music.
No, but it was
it
was another music because you couldn't just, everything was of a type, so you had to sing something musically. So I sang Defying Gravity from Wicked.
That's a tough song.
I'm telling me, son. And the drag queen who was the host of the karaoke, I stood in a stool during the big final note and she gave me a broom. So it was very interactive. Very interactive.
Sounds like quite a show.
And I think I stole the broom, actually. I think I hid it in the taxi. Anyway.
So were you riding a broom on a stool?
You've got to do what people want. People want what they want, and that was it. But yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not one of these individuals when it comes to health and safety, but you're ski whiff, you're standing on a stool and you're riding a broom while you're singing Defying Gravity.
Big high note at the end.
Wow.
That's talent right there.
That's talent there, mate. You're wasted on this podcast.
Trust me, folks, I know that. Right, let's get to our jokes.
Jokes.
They are so, my inbox is mental, right?
Yeah.
There's some that are just, I'm sorry, rotten. right? There's some that I just delete, and there's some that I don't even like. Normally, I'd thumb up everyone to go. Just a wee acknowledgement, do you know what I mean? There's some that I just reply back and go, just go and unfollow me. But I've picked out some good ones this week. This one comes from Alex.
And where are you getting these on Insta?
So you can DM me on Instagram, on Twitter, X, and I get emails from them, and also some comments from YouTube as well. People
Got ya.
leave them. So you can inundate me. Alex from... Oh, I wrote this down, I can't see it now. Alex from Stirling. His joke is simply conjunctivitis.com. Now, there's a site for sore eyes. No, he's not having that. This is from Sally. Okay. Now, I had to run this one by the boss, because that's when you know. Sally, ladies and gentlemen, hits us with this. How do you know when your gynaecologist is short-sighted? They have a wet nose. It's
terrible.
Trying to be a proper football show. Sally. Now, see if I was to show you Sally's photo, right? I'm not GDPR purposes, I won't. She's an older woman.
Well, older?
Yeah.
Like proper older?
Not properly old, but older than us. Like she's an old, she's a woman, a vintage woman, shall we say? And she's coming away with jokes like that.
You're the worst.
My God.
Can you explain that to me? I'm not quite sure what she means by that. Ronnie Chatters, could you explain that to me?
I genuinely couldn't, even if I wanted to. As I say, it would be like a blind man looking at the Mona Lisa. I don't know what I'm looking at. I cannot appreciate its beauty. I'm sorry. Absolutely not. Like a blind man looking at the Mona Lisa. Not for me. All right, Ian. No relation. No, because why would it be? Ian with EIN. No,
the wrong way.
Not the wrong way to spell it.
Are you still pissed?
A penguin walks into a bar and says, "Barman, I'm panicking. I've lost my brother." The barman says, "Don't worry. What does he look like?" Not having that either.
Sally's raised the bar, I think. Sally has. She's
right.
This
This one comes from Sharon. Sharon and Penny Cook. Thank you to Sharon for this one. Had a ding dong with a wife. This is from Sharon. Ding dong from the wife. She wanted a ring for her birthday, a diamond ring, but instead I bought her a fridge. She was raging, but you should have seen her face light up when she opened it.
Very good.
That's the joke book shut. The STV radio joke book is shut for the week.
Okay.
And let's get to the football, and let's start where it finished on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Where
Celtic.
Let's do Hearts first, because they're the league leaders. Everybody wants it, folks. Come on. Your initial reaction, you and Cameron, to Hearts gaining a point, but losing ground in the title race.
So, between the two goals that Livingston scored, it's the best that Hearts have played for weeks. I thought we were really good. I thought we controlled the game. We created loads of chances. We deserved to take the lead when Braga scores that second goal. And then for me, watching it, it was only a matter of time before we scored the third. Mm-hmm. Shanklin, about 5 or 6 minutes before Livingston scored their equaliser, has a brilliant chance at the back post with a header. If that goes in, we win that 4, 5, 6. I genuinely believe that. Yeah. But fair play to Livingston. They get their second goal, and it's a poor mistake from Halkett. I'm not sure what Halkett is thinking. You've got your fullback and you've got your midfielder, and he puts it into a space where it's neither at the fullback, the pass isn't towards the fullback, or into the midfielder. Montano does brilliant. He nips in front of the midfielder. Great counter-attack, and they get their second goal from that. And unfortunately, from our Hearts perspective, we didn't react when they equalised. We lost control of the game. And
Did you bottle it, do you think? Is that too harsh?
Pressure.
Yeah. Because that's a good, 35 minutes to go when it goes 2 each?
Who asked you for your opinion?
I'm just saying.
We're inviting the boy onto the show.
No, hold on a minute.
But to be fair...
Would you describe what happened at 2-2, that we bottled it for that 30 minutes?
I think I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because
would you?
Yeah. Do you
you've got all the fans there, you've got all the expectation there, you're trying to win to show, no, we can handle this, and you barely lay a glove on them after 2 each.
That must genuinely.
I'm not sure I would use the word bottled. I think the second goal
It rocked you, definitely.
100% it rocked us. I mean, it was bizarre because we were so good that we didn't react. I'm not sure bottling's the right word. I think we might have got a wee bit nervous.
Yeah.
I don't think we bottled it. But
Well, bottled it does feel harsh when saying it out loud, but it's just that thing of, well, there's still plenty of time here, we can still fix this, and it never felt like...
It never felt like
we were going to get a winner.
And I agree, that's one thing I'll agree with you. I don't think it never felt like we were ever going to score that third goal to win it. And even into injury time, we were making these aimless passes across the back, just get it into the box.
Yep.
You know, look at what Celtic did yesterday. They just pummeled Dundee. Mm-hmm. They just kept getting that ball into the box, getting the ball in the box, and hopefully they'd pick up the 50-50s. Same with Rangers in the past. If they're up against it, like what they did against Livingston, I mean, they were outstanding against Livingston in that second half to come back from 2-0 down. And you really should have won it. Yep. But you battered them, and you battered them, and you were knocking on that door. The goalkeeper. Yeah. At no point did Hearts have that in them yesterday, which was really frustrating. And that was a worry. And now when you look at the bookies' odds, Rangers are favourites to win the league, Celtic are second favourites, Hearts are third favourites. 2 weeks ago, when Hearts are 3 points clear of Rangers, the bookies have Hearts favourites, Rangers second favourites, and Celtic third favourites. So in 2 weeks, we've gone from being favourites to third favourites because of that.
I can see why. But see, so we've discussed countless times on this show about Hearts' mentality and whether they do have the bottle for it. Your away form is rotten. Rotten. You've lost to Rangers, you've lost to St Mirren, you've lost to Kilmarnock, and you've drew with Livingston. You have failed to beat the bottom 3 teams in the league. That's bottle. That's great, isn't it? That's a really good stat. And I said it quite well there, I know.
The silence after it as well, it was lovely.
You've lost to Rangers. You haven't won an away game since the 31st of January. We're into April.
Who's top of the league?
No, I know that, but we need to, but the reason, this is what I'm saying, the reason that Hearts are third favourites, because it's the trend. The trend is Rangers are the team of momentum. They're winning games. And even the games that you're winning at home, they're 1-0 games. Do you know what I mean?
We've not been great.
When was the last Hearts game where you won well? Like 2-3 goals? Like that's got to be months, right?
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't matter if you win, obviously, but just to get the momentum going and build that.
We're not battering teams. I think we battered Aberdeen. We should have beat them by more than one.
3-0 at Tannadice on the 31st of January. Dundee United.
Yeah.
Hearts. I didn't make that point to jibe at you. My point to that is,
no, it's a fact.
There is that underlying issue of, right, these games, it's when Hearts play after one of the old firm and they've no raised their game. They had half an hour against the bottom team in the league to score a goal to keep themselves more adrift at the top. They couldn't do it. Is there? I know we all say it and we applaud them for being where they are, but everybody kept saying it's Celtic and Rangers who have done this over the course of so many years. Hearts, this is new territory. Are we now beginning to see that? Because that away record is pretty bad.
It's poor in recent times, right? There's no getting away from that. I just want to remind you as a Celtic fan, I want to remind you as a Rangers fan, that in September, you and Callum Bell, the Dundee United fan, were saying to me, you're just another Aberdeen, you're going to fall away. Mm-hmm. We heard that in September. And then we got to October, trust me, you're just another Aberdeen, you'll fall away and you'll finish third or fourth in the league. And then in November, it's not going to last that long. And we've been hearing this every month.
I know, pal, I get
we've
this.
been hearing every month. Wait.
But Stephen, when we were in September, when we were in September, it was 19 points you were clear of Rangers.
13.
Doesn't matter.
Right, wait. Ronnie, that's irrelevant.
No, it's not.
Ronnie,
you are crumbling. You are crumbling.
No, we're not.
It's coming.
That's so disrespectful, Ronnie.
12 points the difference.
Ronnie, that is so... This is a Hearts team that nobody expected to be here in April. This is a Hearts team that was... The bubble has burst in November. The bubble has burst in December. The bubble has burst in January. The bubble has burst in February. The bubble has burst in March.
We don't need to go through the calendar.
Right, well, I'm just saying, every single week and every single month since the start of the season, Hearts were crumbling. You've been firing bubble guns in my face every time we have a negative result.
I feel like I should get the bubble gun out now. Do you know that?
Here we are. right? With 6 games to play in the Premiership season, and Hearts are 1 point clear of the 2 biggest clubs in Scottish football and 2 of the biggest clubs in world football. We shouldn't be anywhere near this position. We shouldn't know, Ronnie.
The Mighty Ducks understory, dog stuff.
But we are underdogs.
Doesn't matter.
We are underdogs.
You're in it now. So let's say the whole.
But we are in it. When nobody expected us to be in it. That's my point. No one expected us to be in it.
I am alerting you to the fact that you can't win a game away from home. You're not going to win the league if that's the case. You must be worried.
Did you see Derek McInnes' interview after the game on Sportscene last night? It was the exact same idea. As in, like, oh, it's okay, we're still top.
But we are top.
But that shouldn't be
worry there.
Of course
there's concern there. Like, that gap is getting smaller and smaller. And now there's no more slip-ups. Because if you drop any more points, it gives Rangers a chance. If Rangers win any weekend and you don't win, we go above you.
You do know what the scenario is this weekend that's coming. You could be third by the time you play Falkirk.
Or top. Or second, but we could be top.
But what I'm saying, before you play Falkirk, you'll be third in the league, because I expect Celtic to be
at home to St Mirren.
Celtic will beat St Mirren.
Hearts at home to Motherwell.
And even if Hearts don't beat Motherwell...
See, there you're already doing
I'm just saying. My point is this, is that Rangers will be third in the league this weekend before they go away to Falkirk to play them at 12 noon.
Rangers and Celtic always play under pressure. Doesn't matter. Like that, they're just the pressure from the fans, pressure from the environment. Hearts don't always play with that same pressure for me. That's why they were so good and so solid, because they kind of went under the radar a little bit. Now, again, this weekend's a perfect example. The Sunday where the pressure is on, you have to win to kind of keep that momentum and drive, and you don't win. It's just a little bit more doubt.
Okay, I'm going to ask you as a Celtic fan, I'm going to ask you as a Rangers fan. With what we witnessed yesterday for Hearts, I thought we were very good up until we conceded that second goal.
Definitely, yes.
If Hearts can replicate that against Motherwell, we beat Motherwell, in my opinion, at Tynecastle. If we can replicate that performance, then we beat Motherwell. But I'm going to ask you two, do you now not fear Hearts for the league? Do you think it's between you two?
That would feel too arrogant for me. I don't think I'd be there yet, because I said it when I came in here, Hearts yesterday until 2 each, probably the best I've seen Hearts for a good while. Shankland was firing, Braga was all over it. It was both brilliant up front. Squad-wise, I think it's quite big just now. And if you look at the 3 games over the weekend, Rangers bring on guys like Gassama, Chermiti, guys who have an impact in the game, guys who score and assist goals. Celtic's winner yesterday was Sriracha, who came off the bench, assisting Iain Mitchell, who scored
off the bench.
Hearts, I don't think, have that. So that if it's not working and if things are a bit...
So you don't fear... Are you saying you don't fear Hearts now, after that result?
I would fear Celtic more than I fear Hearts.
What about you, Ron, as a Celtic fan?
I think at this point Hearts become your second thought.
Yeah,
I think Hearts are
after that result.
Where I think Hearts,
just
where they are in the odds,
more not just the result. It's the trajectory.
See, at this point, because every game is so individual, you genuinely have to take a step back and look at it over a period of time. Where are the clubs going? Rangers are going in a positive frame of mind, because they're winning games, they're now beginning to score goals, and they have a bigger goal difference, which is another point in itself.
Yeah, definitely.
We could get to this point where goals become important. I don't think Celtic are in the same trajectory of Rangers, but they're just always kind of there.
Yes.
Because they have what the other two don't have in their locker, which is a winning mentality of being in the leagues and done it before. Rangers, I think, have a better squad, but are newer into this environment. Hearts don't have either. I think Rangers have a better squad than Hearts, and Celtic have got a better mentality at Hearts, so I would put you in the third spot. Would I rule you out? Absolutely not. You've got too many good individual players. Shankland,
he was great yesterday.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
I'm so happy for him, because you had so much time off, and if he was just that maybe a week or two fitter, he'd be running amok for Scotland as well in the 2 friendlies, because we badly needed it.
Yeah.
Badly needed it. He's on the plane, no question he's on the plane.
He should be on the pitch.
Oh,
I should be on the pitch. Aye.
Okay.
He was outstanding yesterday. We've got, for me, a fascinating end to the campaign.
We could be getting the fixtures, or we should be getting the fixtures
this week.
Split this week. I just think that's going to be... I can't see a way in which you're not upsetting a fan base somehow. I mean, poor Neil Doncaster sitting there with a spreadsheet, mind maps going...
like a crime scene you see in the movies. It's got like the pins and the bits of thread, and he's trying to do this and do that. Yeah.
How would you feel if you saw Hearts Rangers the final game of the season?
That's why I think it's coming.
Do you?
And it's terrifying.
Do you think that's it?
I think that might be it.
Tynecastle.
Because you look, and they're not going to have the Edinburgh Derby last. They're not going to have the Old Firm last. There's a lot of policing issues, obviously, in terms of both Glasgow teams playing, both Edinburgh teams. The Hibs have more home games in the split as well. Do they need to finish like at home or anything? Because
I don't know about Hibs.
Nobody knows. I know.
Do you know? I'd been predicting for the last 3 or 4 weeks that I thought that Hearts would be playing Hibs, Rangers, Celtic in the first 3 games to get them out the way, so that neither of the teams who are involved in the title race could win the league against your rivals, and then we'd end up playing Motherwell and Falkirk in our last 2 games. However, were you saying that, and Ronnie suggesting it, that it could be Hearts versus Rangers at Tynecastle, from a policing issue, that's not a bad shout, because there's only 600 fans there for Rangers.
Yep.
So it's an easier game to police. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's every chance you could be right.
Thinking, of course,
yeah,
well, so.
you could be right there.
I'm interested to see how they do it in the sense of, so normally,
there's also, just before we jump, there's also one midweek one, and they're not going to have an Old Firm midweek.
No, they won't. That's a great shout. Yes,
it can be.
Yes, yeah.
The second last game is the Wednesday. I want to know who they give the final home game to.
Well, whoever's top of the table. No,
but that's the thing. They're doing these fixtures now
this week. So I think because Hearts are top right now, they have to give Hearts the home fixture in the last game, and it will either be Rangers or Falkirk. Falkirk are going to Tynecastle for a 3rd time, the way that the fixtures have worked out.
We know then if it's not Rangers and it is Falkirk, then Celtic and Rangers cannot play in Glasgow at the same time. Obviously, one of those two would have to go away.
Yes.
Celtic have 3 home games to fit in.
Yes.
One of them is Rangers. It can't be on the midweek game.
No.
So you'd feel that the majority or the probability is Celtic have a final game at home as well.
Yep. So Hearts and Celtic at home, Rangers away to
Rangers
Hearts.
Away, either Hearts or
Falkirk, I think.
Falkirk again.
Yeah.
I mean, blockbuster Saturday. I mean, that is going to be.
Do you think, Ian, before we get to Celtic and the Rangers game, do you think that this will go down to the last game of the season?
Yeah, I think it's just written in the stars it's going to be.
Do you think there'll be a helicopter sat somewhere in central Scotland?
It's got to be, isn't it? It's
do you think all 3 teams will be in with a chance at the end of the season? I'm going to ask you two as Celtic and Rangers fans. Will Hearts still be there with a chance to win it on the last day of the season?
Do you know what I think is going to happen? I think a team will mathematically not have won the league yet, but by all accounts will have won the league. A team will be 3 points clear.
Be 7 goals of difference or something.
Maybe not even goal difference, just needing a point.
Yeah, okay.
Against if it was a Rangers playing away to Falkirk and they only need a point. So I think people go, oh right.
Well, that's fine. But if Rangers are at Hearts,
oh my God. See, here's it. Right, I'm going to give you a scenario. Right, Rangers and Hearts are 1 point clear of Celtic getting into the final game.
So a draw and Celtic.
If it's a draw and Celtic win, Celtic go through. Celtic win the title. It's 1 each in the 93rd minute.
Kick the ball in your own goal.
Jack Butler's got a ball in his
that's
stand.
fine.
The
On you go.
500 Rangers fans going, score an own goal.
Nah, that'll do me.
Anyway, Mark Leonard's red card has divided opinion.
It's a red card.
I'd say so.
So.
Yeah, it's a red card.
My favourite phrase.
Altena's no getting there, and there's no chance Jamie McCarthy's catching him.
I think it's just because the fans freeze the image.
It's a hell of a long way, innit?
He's in his own half.
But he's in. He's running in on goal with the keeper to beat.
Also, it shouldn't need to go to VAR.
Yeah, Kevin Clancy.
He should see it last night.
Yeah. So should we move on to Celtic?
Celtic, who, I don't think it was entirely pretty, but grind out a 2-1 win away to a very well organised and very, we did slag Stephen
No, you
Pressley.
did. I didn't.
You did.
No,
agreed.
I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You did. We all
Go
sat
back
here
and listen. I said that Dundee will be fine this season. He's going to surprise a few years.
He's fair play to that. And Dundee have actually got, I've seen when you look at individual players, they've got a really good squad.
Great attack, don't they?
He was assembling these guys in September, trying to get free agents and loans under the...
Aye.
So Celtic, they get back to winning ways. They get the job done.
It was huge.
Yeah, massive.
That in the 84th minute, that for me kept them in the title race. That late goal from Iniacho. And that's what you're talking about when it comes to mentality. Rangers and Celtic have got that mentality. They keep going, they keep going, they keep going. Whereas Hearts yesterday didn't have that.
I think that filters into other teams So say Dundee yesterday, I thought the last 15, 20 minutes they started to sit off a bit too much and think, oh right, we've got a draw here.
Yeah, they did.
Whereas the first 70 minutes they were in their face, they're playing it from the back, and they just kind of thought, oh, let's hold this one now. A couple of subs came on to change things negatively for Dundee, I thought.
I think you can also give, I thought... Yeah, there is a bit of that, but I also think you have to give credit to Celtic as well because, they knew themselves this is like a cup final for them. They had to win after losing to Dundee United a couple of weeks ago. And I didn't think Celtic were great. They should have been...
Celtic have not been great in months.
But they should have been at least 2-0 up at half-time. Chivanchara?
Nearly. Big Tam. He's got to score. He's got to score to make it 2-0, and he's definitely not the answer. I'm not
very good, is he?
No,
I'm going to say that.
But you're not buying him in the summer. You're not buying him in the summer.
Such a stopgap player that Celtic's whole recruitment in January was a gamble. Everything was scrambling last minute. Some of the stories that I've heard coming out about what was going on behind the scenes would frighten you.
Yeah. I think that Celtic...
The recruitment hasn't worked.
This is a Celtic team that have lost, 8 games? Was it 8 games this season? Yep. They're 2 points behind Rangers and 3 points behind Hearts. It's nuts when you think about it. There's so much negativity around Celtic just now. But by this time, before you play against Falkirk, Celtic will be ahead of Rangers, which is just nuts when they play St Mirren.
Celtic, they could be top.
Well, they could be
goal difference with Hearts if Hearts get beat.
Listen, and you're going to disagree with me here, but Celtic have got 4 games at home out of their final 6.
St Mirren, Rangers, Hearts, Hibs. Falkirk. And then away to Motherwell and Hibs.
I will just say 3 of those have won at Celtic Park this season.
That's true.
Celtic haven't beaten Hearts or Rangers.
No.
Anywhere this season.
I'm going to put
not taking the penalty. The penalties don't count for me.
I'm going to put this out.
Cup game.
I'm going to put this out there. I think that goal was so huge for Celtic yesterday. Is it written in the stars for Martin O'Neill in his return to the club to guide Celtic to the title? Because you would, on the fixtures that are coming up, you would agree with me, I'm sure, that they've got the easier run-in because they've got 4 games at home out of 6. Yeah. Is it written in the stars for Celtic to win this league after that late winner against Dundee?
No.
Do
Do
you know what I'm getting at, though?
I see the vision. I see what you mean.
But the 4 games at home, is that?
4 games at home.
Yeah.
I don't know if that adds a bit of pressure to that Celtic team that, again, they've been there, they've won trophies, so many trophies over the last few years, but this current squad, I don't think they've got that bit of dig kind of thing. And again, we said it just there, Hibs have won at Celtic Park, Rangers won there, Hearts have won there. It might help those teams going there with, well, we've won here already, let's just do it again.
What do you think, Ronnie? Is it advantage Celtic with 4 games at home?
Parkhead is not the big glamorous fortress it used to be. Parkhead's like a library these days. There's no atmosphere in it.
The way you're saying as well, they're going to beat St Mirren next week. I'm not totally convinced by that. I think St Mirren have turned a wee corner.
I think Celtic will just be glad to be playing at home for a change, because obviously they had a back-to-back Dundee games, and then obviously in between that the Scotland stuff. But yes, this Parkhead, I've sat at it. It's not, the fans are begging to get the Green Brigade back in to get a bit of atmosphere into the place. This whole big thing's a myth. I've sat on European nights where it's the loudest I've ever heard in a stadium in Scotland, right? But if any Celtic fan who's been to any of these games recently back to back sees the trend of, it's an absolute library. So although I think, yes, it is tipping in an advantage to Celtic playing these games at home, I don't think that just guarantees you success. And when you look at, I just can't get excited by this Celtic squad.
I was at the weigh-in in January when Rangers won there, and I was just shocked. I don't like bringing up any possible thing. I was shocked how at 1 each the crowd just turned on them. And I know it was different times and obviously different.
The goal you scored just after half time.
Yeah, just to make it 1 each, as if the place just silence.
The problem is they would never, the way they turned on Wilfred, I couldn't believe I was watching, right? I've genuinely never experienced anything like that in my life, where even at half time, grown men were fighting amongst themselves to try and get to the front of the dugout so they could give Wilfred a piece of his mind, or turn to the back of them to get the Celtic board a piece of their mind. You've got Martin O'Neill now. You don't do that to Martin. And that, see, when I go to press conferences or speak to pros or managers or whatnot behind the cameras when the cameras are off, they do all fear Martin O'Neill. They don't fear that Celtic squad at all, I don't think. I think you're right. I think everyone's like, we can beat this Celtic team.
But it's Martin O'Neill factor.
But there's an aura about that man that you would never rule them out. Never rule them out.
That's why I'm not ruling them out after that late win yesterday. I'm going to ask this question because I did see a lot of it on social media, and I'm going to start with you first, Ronnie. The winning goal scored by Iniacho.
Oh, you're going to say it's a foul? No, I don't think so. I think it's
I'm not saying
no,
it's
no,
a foul.
no.
But there was two hands on the back of the Dundee defender, and he falls over, and then Iniacho scores. It's a good finish.
I think you said it exactly. He falls over.
Is it a foul, Ian, from This Is Ibrox podcast?
I actually don't think so.
Mixing vastly.
No, I've saw a lot of people say they've seen that instance be a foul. People were showing the Morelos clip years ago when he pushed Johnson over, but no, that's not a foul. It's contact. There's going to be contact in those kind of scenarios. He's not hurled him. He's not pushed him. He's just hands on the back. So I wouldn't like to see that being a foul.
No, I agree with you. For me, it's never a foul, and it's a really good finish. And see if they can keep him fit.
Yeah.
Because he was very good when he came on. His link-up play, he was doing like a Shanklin roll. He was coming deep, making things happen and spinning him behind the midfield and getting him beyond them. If they can keep him fit and make him the focal point, then Celtic have got a player there that can make a difference.
Doesn't know who his best team is. Because
Oxlade-Chamberlain has been a waste of money for me. He's been really, really poor. I don't know how he gets a game. He's not
I think it's the name. He's Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's got to play kind of thing.
He was a player. Let's be honest.
You can still see he's got the touch, he's got the technique.
The goal against Livy showed that he's a player.
Yeah,
because when he's not moving. What came home to roost is the fact that you cannot buy a player that's had so little games. I don't care if you're training with Arsenal during this period.
Yep.
There is a little bit of, well, I could maybe go up to Scotland. 6 months in Scotland, that'll get me fit and then I'll get a move. This league and the quality in this league now, you'll get fun out, and I don't care how many Premier League titles you win or Champions League you've won. See if you're not up to it.
Aye.
You'll get fun out of any team in the league. Never mind your Hearts and your Rangers. Again, it's the case.
You look at when he went to Ibrox, he was hauled off at half time. He just couldn't keep up with the pace of it.
Wasn't in the game at all.
Oh.
What for me might lose Celtic the league is weirdly their midfield. It's just not working for them just now. I just wonder whether this might be Callum McGregor's final season as well. He was caught in possession quite a bit yesterday, which is really unlike him. I thought Ethan Hamilton in midfield was outstanding. He's a good player.
So many good players they do.
And Luke Graham at the back. I know that Rangers are sniffing.
I'd love
around.
to bring him in.
Would you?
Brilliant.
I would love Hearts to go and get him as well. But Luke Graham is a standout. He's got pace, he's got power, he's got a pass, he's a threat at set pieces as well. Really good defender. They've got some really good players in there. You've got Congreve out on the wing, who's also really good. So Stephen Prowse has done a great job. That was a huge win for Celtic, and they're right back in the title race. And I'm going to say it, and I change my mind every week. Last week I said Hearts to win the league.
God,
I think because
such
covering all bases,
charlatan, honestly.
Well, no, because it's not just me. There's fans and pundits who are better positioned than me. But they change their mind.
I know, but that's why whenever they say it, they go, "Oh, it's going to be tight." Right now, I feel like, whereas you go, "I cast Darren guarantee right now, Hearts are going to win the title." That's what you said last week.
I think
you gave the time and the date.
I think that Celtic are now slight favourites to win the league because they've got 4 home games. That's all. Only because of the 4 home games, I think Celtic are slight favourites. Then Rangers, and then Hearts. However, if you were going to put your money on it right now, who's going to win the league, you'd probably go with Rangers. Mm-hmm. But just because of the 4 games and how Celtic react to those 4 home games will decide who wins the title.
No issue with the red card.
What red card?
No.
For Dundee.
Astley's at the end.
No.
No issue with the penalty for Dundee.
I had an issue with it.
You have an issue with it.
The reason I have an issue with the penalty for Dundee is that a bit like, is every handball a penalty? Mm-hmm. That's where we're at right now. Do you remember the one against Livingston at Ibrox?
Mm-hmm. Fernandez? Yep.
Yes, Fernandez.
Yep, that should have been a penalty. Wasn't, but yeah.
No, I know, but there's this thing, right, where you run in. He's not put his hand out intentionally to block the shot. That was the reasons I gave in regards to the Livingston versus Rangers. And the same yesterday. That's not intentional.
No. But his arm's in an unnatural position.
What I'm saying, what is the? No, it's not an unnatural position. But he's leaning back. Where'd you? I mean,
his hand's in an unnatural position, so he's turned away, right? But again,
he's done this. It's hard to turn away without your arms coming out.
Aye, but not like that. As a penalty.
It's very close. Like, I know what it means, and I get why
it's
it's right there and bang straight away.
I mean,
so it's harsh.
It's far. It's like between you and I, Ian.
Yeah.
And it's
at no point do I think he goes, "Oh, I'm going to save this."
Yeah.
But I know that's not the rules anymore.
And also, the shot is going 50 metres over the bar as well. I just think we've got ourselves into a pickle here with this handball. And I think we have to now look at handballs. Do we think it's intentional?
It's consistency, because it changes week to week.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, the Sterling one in the Old Firm.
Oh, aye.
It doesn't mean that.
But is it intentional?
Not at all.
Right, so if it's not intentional, is that where we should go with it right now?
So if you had a magic wand, what would your handball rule be?
Is it intentional? The referee has to ask the question when he watches...
The defenders would just start defending like this. So I didn't mean to block it. My hands were just...
Oh, no, if you're running about like that, you can't run around like that. But in regards to the Rangers...
An intentional handball would be like, to stop the ball. Not like...
Yeah.
But there's times when, like...
The hands of
Fernandez's handball...
The
Old Firm game, where he scores...
Yes.
That's not... He didn't mean that. He didn't mean to hand the ball into the net in extra time.
Because it's deflected up off him.
That's not intentional. But you can't award that goal because it was scored by his hand. So listen, it's going to be a grey mark.
Right, what would you do with handballs? What would your rule be, Ian? What's the rule in handballs? Because it's
like
all
the way
over
you
the place.
think about it. For me, that's how it should be. Like, if you intentionally block the hand with block the ball with your hand, that's a penalty. But as Ronnie says, it's not. It can't be as black and white as that, because even that's subjective. That's just someone saying, "Well, I think he meant to do that." So I don't think he did.
It stays as it is then.
It can't stay as it is though, because it's just so inconsistent.
Yeah.
See, if it was consistent across the board, I can't have a complaint about it. If your hand's out in an unnatural position and then it's handball, fair. It's just that changes week to week. So how
far does your hand have to be out? That's another thing. It's
I don't. We've sat here and criticised referees a lot this season, and rightly so at times. I think even they would go.
Yeah, I'd love to know what each ref thinks the handball rule is, because I generally don't know. I see it in front of me at games and go, I don't know. Like, that probably hits hand, but I don't know. Is that
and every see, there's us three here talking about it, not quite sure what the rule is. The referees are the same.
They also have to be guided by above, though. IFAB is. This is not a slight on the SFA. They don't know. I don't think
it's an IFAB thing.
World Football doesn't know what the handball is at the moment. So
anyway, I thought it was unlucky. But yeah,
I think
under the current circumstances, it's a penalty. But I still think it's unlucky.
Good finish by Simon Money. Right,
the first goal, just before we jump off that, is that offside? Because I thought the slow-mo one kind of looks like a touch.
The lines.
Get the protractor out, Ian.
The lines. Now, I've yet to see the lines drawn.
Ian, we were so close to moving on, and he's getting lines out again.
These offside calls are doing my nutting this season, more so than is ever done since we've had the lines being drawn. Negrin, for me, looks offside.
So do you mean the first phase or after he's...
No, the first phase. The first phase, because he goes for the ball before it hits. Who is it? Big Tam. Yeah, it's Big Tam who's the shot. This, for me, right...
You can't tell with that angle, but...
But Sutton says, in commentary, when you watch it 3 or 4 times, I think he's offside, His shoulder. I mean, he's leaning in. Again, a bit like the handball, I think for me it's inconsistent. I know you keep saying to me, the lines can't be...
They're calibrated. It's.
I know, and I've had somebody...
I think people think it's just a guy with a pen going, okay, there's one
like
line.
I know it doesn't look it right, because when you look at the rest of the world and it's all fancy and shiny, there is a technology to this. There is a science to it.
No, there isn't. There's a Temu version that we've bought.
Right, okay.
We've bought the Temu version. And the other thing as well, though, and I'm not going to name names here, but somebody who works on the calibration... sent me an explanation.
Yeah, they sent it to the group chat.
Aye,
and
when you read it, you go, yeah, that's fair.
I know it is. You just don't like reading it because it doesn't form the same argument of you. You just go team. Right. Anyway, the Teddy Bears go marching on.
Rangers.
I thought they were good, pal.
Very good.
I thought they were very good. I liked them. I like a lot about it. You concede 2 goals at home. You think, in an ideal world, no Rangers team concedes 2 goals in any match at home, but
if you play John Suter, you will concede a goal. So
I just
harsh on the big man.
No, and as well, as soon as I remember sitting working at the Old Firm game, and when he came on, the destabilisation of that back line when John Suter came on,
the whole squad, team, stadium gets nervous around.
I don't think it's not a coincidence. Is the word I'm looking for. That I think there's a nervousness not only in the stands but in that back line when John Souttar plays over
I think
Fernandez
what's the stat?
or
We've conceded 9 goals in the last 5 where he played, and we've conceded 1 in the 5 that he's not played. I mean,
why do you keep
black
picking
and white? Danny Rule was a bit brave with the selection, I thought, because he left a few usual names on the bench.
I think when that team line came out, a couple of your colleagues and stuff were like, what's going on here?
Yeah, he said Fernandez has done a lot of travelling this week. It's been a very emotional week getting his Nigeria debut, which is obviously fair enough, but we're not in a good enough position to take gambles like that for me. I know we get away with it and win, so that's fine, but that was a risk. Again, Chermiti not playing seemed a bit of a risk because he came on and done well as well. So, yeah, as long as we can have Fernandez and over Souttar, we'll be fine.
I thought Rangers, as you say, Ronnie, were very good, particularly in that second half.
Yep.
But I also thought Dundee United were very good. They created a number of chances.
Attacking.
I was surprised.
You were there at Ibrox. Were you surprised at just how easy Dundee United created openings? Because they did get beyond your back line quite a bit, particularly in that first half.
They were clever with it. They targeted Magoma, who's been fine all season. He's been all right, but he's not brought to the table what Tour Romans has brought since January. And it's as if they just put it on Magoma every time, thinking, here's a guy that's not played very much, let's target him. And they got the better of him quite a lot. He kind of got a bit of help eventually and got a bit more stable back there. But yeah, I think they went to 3 up front quite early in the second half. And
fair play to Big Jim.
He went for it.
Brave, aye.
Unlike a Jim Goodwin side, I thought they played some really decent stuff and they cut you open a good few times as well. Having said that though, Rangers scored 4 going on 8.
Well, it should have been double figures.
Yeah.
Chermiti should have a hat-trick, but we say that every week.
The frustration that will always now be Yusuf Chermiti. When you think of how many goals he could have scored,
I think
you
he's
could
like,
have the league wrapped up by now if he had his shooting
see if
boots
we
on.
talk about Big Tam at Celtic, when he goes through yesterday and hits the post, you know he's missing. You know Chermiti's missing.
Yeah.
So he just hits the goalie. At every shot he takes, it's not, I'm going to put this top corner, put it here, it's, I will get this on target.
But then,
just hit it hard as I can.
But then he scores one of the greatest Old Firm goals you're ever going to see the week after. Like I know. The next time you just don't. But that inconsistency you must be pulling your hair out.
Oh, it drives you mental.
Aye.
Yeah.
Scavolson, your thoughts? Are you paying the money?
Absolutely not. No, I thought he'd be this superstar, come here and score 10, assist 10. He is a shadow of the player that you see on YouTube.
There's the marquee signing. That's what wins you leagues. Bringing in Scavolson. Cavan has got his wallet out. Here we go.
I'll defend him slightly that we don't ever give him the ball in a scenario where he can go and
attack,
like facing the other team's goal, but he has to do a lot more for himself. Like every time he gets the ball, it's right, I'll go back to Sterling, back to the centre backs, keep it safe. He's fell into this thing of a lot of Rangers and probably Celtic players have as well, where they're too afraid to do something wrong, so they don't try the risky pass. It's why we all love Mikey Moore so much, because he does just keep going. Whereas Scott Olsen is very much, if I give this away, they'll boo me. Right, I'll just keep ball.
Yeah,
it's safe, and you can't score goals like that.
And you need the right mentality to play for Rangers and Celtic,
which I thought he would have.
But he doesn't, does he?
Suggest he would, but no. I don't know if it links back to the Oxlade-Chamberlain stuff, where a guy who's been not playing, been out of form or whatever, thinks he can just come here and boss it. It's never going to happen.
You talk about Chermiti, and I think Ronnie's made a good point there. A frustrating player.
Slightly, yes.
If he's frustrating, what's Gassama? Because seeing that second half,
brilliant.
He was untouchable. Untouchable. Bit like when he first arrived at the club and he was running riot in those early European games, etc., etc. And I thought, oh, Rangers have got a player here. And then he's went missing. And then he comes on in that second half yesterday and he was man of the match for me.
A couple of things that I think might be at effect there. He made his debut for his international team at the weekend, or the week before, against Lionel Messi's Argentina. So that's going to give you a bit of a boost, bit of a recognition. And I think maybe seeing how bad Scott Olsen was doing, he's maybe thought, oh, here's my chance, here's my window, put me on, I'll do something. And obviously Dundee United are very attacking, praising how much they were going for it, left a lot of gaps. And a guy like Gassama can run into space very well. So
I think it's played out of position.
Oh, every week.
Like,
He's a left winger.
I don't get it. He puts him on the right all the time. I think when he first came in, you had Gassama on the left, Ant-Man on the right, terrorising European games.
Aye.
I remember sitting at the beginning, I know it was under Russell Martin, we know what happened there, but there was a feeling at the beginning going, they've signed these two guys and they are lightning, because he was on the left.
Aye.
Yep.
But a Danny Rule team, he just plays him on the right, and I just think, I don't care how good he's going to be, he's always going to be only reaching 80 rather than 100%, because he's always going to be out of position.
The problem is, but Mikey Moore is the left winger and has to be the left winger.
First name in the team sheet, everything. And the first person, Andrew Kavanagh, will try and keep in the summer, no question.
Yep.
What's the chances of you keeping Mikey Moore?
Everything you hear is positive, to be honest. There was an interview he put out I think Spurs and Rangers put out over the last couple of days, and it's talking about how he's settled here, he's got his house here, his girlfriend's here, his dogs are here, all that kind of stuff. He's happy here, loves it.
Once you lock in the dogs, that's it. Genuinely.
I think it probably depends what happens to Spurs. To be honest, if they go down,
he'll go back.
He'll be their main man. So.
Aye, well, they'll have to sell everything.
If they, no, I think Mikey Moore goes back to Spurs if they go to the Championship because they'll need a player like him. However, they stay in the Premier League. I think Mikey Moore's got a great chance of staying for another year on loan.
Because they'll need to reinvest.
Yeah,
buying some big guns. So
away to Falkirk next is tricky. That's a tricky game.
You're worried about that game?
Oh, very much so.
Aye.
I was weeks ago, to be honest.
And that Falkirk team is full of jambos. They'll be trying their hard, as we know. They'll be trying their damnedest. Rangers are 9 goals ahead of Celtic, 4 goals ahead of Hearts. That is crucial in this run-in.
Could come down to goal difference.
It's an extra point.
Yeah.
It's an extra point.
As it stands right now, Ian, are you winning the league?
I think all signs point to that. And again, I'm not arrogantly saying, oh, we're going to win the league, it's great. But look at form tables, look at the injury lists of all three. We're by far we have the best available squad anyway. And we have all that momentum going with us. Again, Falkirk is the massive task because we've not beat them this season. They're in good form. They score a lot of goals. If we can go there and win, doesn't matter how, just get 3 points. I think that's a bit of a statement at that point.
If you win that, you go into the split favourites to win the league.
Yeah.
I think we need to, yeah.
Do you think that you will go unbeaten between now and the end of the season?
Ooh. We've only lost twice all season.
Yeah.
To Hearts, who were flying at the time, obviously. If you go unbeaten, you win the league, I think. Because it would take other teams taking points off you and stuff. But as the draws that have killed us all season, so it's a bit stupid me saying that. But yeah, I don't... as a Rangers fan, you get kind of scarred over the years because you always get the kind of false hope. I said to you already when it went 3-2 at the weekend there, I thought, is this where the threat is coming? Is this
nearly
what happens
did.
again?
Nearly
Hit
did.
the post, here it comes again. But saw it out, got there. I think generally if Tour Robbins is fit, it's such a big bonus for us that could be a kind of a key man to get fit, and then you never know.
And then because Rangers and Hearts are not in Scottish Cup action, it's a week to recharge the batteries, which might also help Hearts and Rangers when the split fixtures come round.
You'd rather be playing the Scottish Cup, wouldn't you?
Nah.
I'm at Hampden that day, boys. Take my bins out, would you? Right. And we will leave the title race there. We'll be back after the break. We'll discuss the rest of the Premiership and up and down the leagues. First, let's hear about Windies and Doors. The STV Radio Football Show is brought to you by C.R. Smith. C.R. Smith Windows and Doors have been going for over 50 years. That's an incredible amount of experience. They offer great finance rates so you can get the best product for your home at an affordable rate. C.R. Smith have over 150 iconic vans across the country. Find the back of the net and head to crsmith.co.uk to get the highest quality windows and doors with the most flexible ways to buy. Now it's time for the STV Radio Football Show.
The STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by C.R. Smith.
What is it? Do you need new doors or windies, Ian?
Oh, I know where to go. If I
you
do.
know where to
Tell
go?
me that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the football. And I suppose there's only one team to talk about next. The downfall of the Dons. And no better man in which to talk about Aberdeen than Mr. Ali Begg, ladies and gentlemen. He's here.
There he is. He's on screen, Ali Begg.
From ABTV, Ali Begg Television. I would ask how you are, Ali, but I think I know the answer. Talk to us. What is happening in the North East?
That's all from Ali. Cheers.
Thanks, Ali.
Ali, have a great week.
Take care. Your thoughts, first of all, on the St Mirren game then, Ali. 2-0 defeat for Stephen Robinson against his old side.
The fact that we had no shots on target, that we did not force their goalkeeper to make one save throughout the 90 minutes, the fact that St Mirren had 73% possession of the ball in the first half.
Jeez, I didn't know that.
The fact that we knew heading into this game that we are already in a dogfight, in a relegation fight, and we put in a performance like that, the mind absolutely boggles. It was a cowardly performance. It was a disgraceful performance. The fans who turn up week in, week out to support this club, to try and help them get over the line, who pay their hard-earned money to travel the length and the breadth of the country to support the boys, no matter the dire situation that we're in, and we offer that type of performance, I'm lost for words. The players need to take a long, hard look at themselves, because if they don't know by now that they're in a relegation fight, somebody needs to go into that dressing room and slap them about the face, because we are in deep, deep trouble. And unless they all wake up, and I mean everybody wake up, not just the players, the board, the coaching staff, because if we're not careful, we are going to get dragged into a relegation playoff spot. And that is our biggest fear. I don't think we'll go down automatically, no way. But we could get dragged into this relegation playoff spot. We've got 6 games to save ourselves. And the scary thing about it is that I don't think we have the pool of players to save ourselves. I think we need to rely on how bad Kilmarnock are at the moment. And that is indicative of how bad we are at the moment.
But Ali, there's been a lot of money spent at Aberdeen. You can't criticise Cormac for not putting his hand in his pocket. He has. Where has it gone wrong for you?
I agree with you, Ewan. Dave Cormac, for the past 7 seasons, has continually pumped money into the football club. The issue has been the recruitment. Yeah. The recruitment has been absolutely dire.
So who's to blame for that, Ali?
So it starts at the top, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Now, we brought in a director of football who, with absolutely no disrespect to Stephen whatsoever, because Stephen's a fantastic guy and he's an absolutely brilliant football administrator, one of the very best in the game. But I don't know what qualified him to become our director of football.
Okay.
We have had a turnover this season of 36 players. Our squad is it's the highest that we've ever had to pay wages. It's the highest squad of the number of players that we've had in many a season. We've brought in a new head of recruitment. We've let head of recruitments go. We've brought in a sporting director who we got told would be solely responsible for recruitment and bringing in the new manager. Yet a month later, the CEO and Dave Cormac appoint Stephen Robinson, which literally, for me, cuts off the legs of Lutz Pfannenstiel. Yeah. What is his role? What is the role now of Darren Mowbray? Are there too many cooks? I just don't understand what's going on at the football club. It's completely chaotic in the football department at the moment. But it all boils down to this, Ewan. We do not have a decent recruitment in place at the moment in time. We've let some really decent players go in January. Have we replaced them? You could argue that Dennis Geiger is the best of the bunch, but the rest of them, are they good enough to get us out of trouble? I really don't think they are. This boils down to recruitment.
Ali, see, when it comes to the appointment of Stephen Robinson, there was a lot of negativity around him arriving at Pittodrie. Were you one of those dissenting voices?
I have to be honest, I was not overly convinced that he was the man to get us out of trouble. He arrived at Pittodrie, and I hope I've got my stats right, with 1 win out of 13 with St Mirren. He was then tasked with getting us out of trouble with 9 games left. I don't understand the logic behind that at all. Why did we appoint a manager from a club who are worse off than what we were at the time? Now St Mirren are looking better than what we are, ironically, and have drawn level on points with us and looked miles better than what we did on Saturday. The fight, the desire, the heart to win the ball, to win the second balls, was so much in evidence, and it was so much better than us. I don't blame Stephen. I absolutely do not. I did question his team on Saturday, but he's been tasked with coming in with a group of players who I don't think have got the fight or the bottle to get us out of this situation. So all I can do is get behind the manager and offer him my support. But at the time, I did question why we appointed him.
I genuinely cannot believe the situation at Aberdeen are in. Nobody would have predicted this in the summer after the highs of winning the Scottish Cup. And to find yourselves in a position where you could be in a relegation playoff is staggering to me, Ali. It really is. And I just wonder if you just get through this season, you stay in the Premiership, that it will come good in the summer once Stephen Robinson gets them into a pre-season situation.
This goes, as Ali was saying, this is an absolute bin fire, though. This is not a football team issue. This is a structural club issue. Van Steele should lose his job. You cannot bring in a director of football to scour the globe for 3 months and then realise, because you've put somebody in temporary charge and realised that this team is rotten, right, we need a quick fix. Where is the long-term strategy of Van Steele for that?
Panic mode in it.
Oh my goodness. Dave Cormack is spending money to try and get out of this, but he's not spending it well. I don't applaud Dave Cormack for pumping money in, because if you pump money into a club and put it in the wrong places, that wage bill is ridiculous. The money that they're going to have to turn over and change in the summer is ridiculous. And Ali, God help you if you end up 11th, because the way this club is looking at the moment, and I feel so bad for Stephen Robinson. He's not going to turn down that Aberdeen job. He's only got one chance. That Aberdeen job, in essence, should be a really lucrative number, and you should be fighting for Europe. So of course he's going to take it. Of course he is. He's won 2 cups with St Mirren. Sorry, won the back-to-back top sixes, and they won a cup with St Mirren.
Yeah.
He's not going to take them any further. But
they were in free fall as well, as Ali said. They were St Mirren were struggling. So
my issue, my point to Ali would be, pal, in terms of the players that are there that should know what it means, though. Your Shinnies of this world, they should know.
Your Nisbets of this world.
They've been long in the tooth, not only in Aberdeen, but in Scottish football.
Your Morrisons, all of them.
The size of a club like Aberdeen. You had Alec McLeish and Willie Miller at the game. You think, what are they thinking of what they're watching now? So it's Ali, the anger must also come from that. I get, you buy new players, they don't get the culture of Scottish football, and they're a bit pish, right? But there is players in that dressing room who should be able to get you out of this. And you've lost 6 out of the last 8. You must be tearing your hair out.
What concerned me about Saturday, as soon as we lost the first goal, I'm looking for the leaders on the pitch to G the boys up, to say, right, come on, let's go again, let's start again, let's not let this affect us. I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any type of leadership on the pitch whatsoever. And I haven't seen it now for a number of weeks. I've seen nobody take the game by the scruff of the neck. I've seen nobody take responsibility to get on the ball and make things happen. We are absolutely awful going from back to middle to front. It just doesn't happen for us.
Ali, can I interrupt you there for a second? There was a rumour going round at the weekend after your defeat to St Mirren that Stephen Robinson, I think it was last week or the week before, he basically threw your players under a bus in front of the media, and this had a negative impact on the players within the dressing room, and they're not having him. Is that an issue?
Do you know what was really interesting? When Yimi Tulane gave his last post-match interview before he got relieved of his duties, he said, egos need to be left behind. And I wondered at that time if that was a parting shot at the players. If he was getting to the stage where he was completely and utterly exasperated with working with this group of players. I don't know what goes on at Cormack Park. I have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know the players overly well, Ewan. I'm in no position to comment about what happens in the dressing room. I was slightly surprised Stephen came out and said that so early into his tenure at the football club.
It's Russell Martin all over again, isn't it?
Very Russell Martin, yep.
Is it very Russell Martin-esque what he did there?
After Motherwell on opening day. Yep.
Guys, we have to be honest here. I don't think Stephen is telling us nothing that we don't already know.
Yeah.
All he's doing is just making it public. He's letting us know that what's inside that dressing room at the moment is not good enough, and that maybe we don't have the characters to get us out of this trouble.
And do you think that Stephen Robinson, if given the time and a pre-season, can fix that issue that is in that dressing room?
He's already come out and said that they've already started targeting players for the summer transfer window.
Okay.
We're going to have to get rid of a lot of deadwood. We've got far too much deadwood at the football club. Lads Pfaffenstiel has already tried to do that. I've questioned some of the players, the calibre of players that we've let go, and we've not replaced them. We've not replaced quality for quality. I think we've regressed since Lads Pfaffenstiel has come in, which really surprised me because he came in with such there was almost like he's come in with this pedigree that he's got this contact book of people that he knows all over the world. Yet we dillied and we dallied when it came to appointing a new manager. I think we put all our eggs into one basket when we were trying to get a manager. That didn't work. Then we tried to go somewhere else, made it public. I don't understand for the life of me why we made it so public that we were looking at the guy from Red Bull. And then all of a sudden it appeared to be panic stations.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, well, quickly, we've got to take that out of his hands, out of his control. And now we need to start appointing our own man. And it just makes the whole thing stink of incompetence, and it's just made us look completely amateurish and chaotic.
Are you going to finish 11th?
I was looking at the split, and if the split works in our favour, we should have 3 home games, 2 away games. We've got Hibs to take care of, first of all, on Saturday, who are obviously chasing Europe. So that's going to be a really difficult game. I think we'll get St Mirren at home and we'll get Kilmarnock at home. If we can get through those games and we can roughly get to 38 points, I think we're going to be okay.
Right, so you won't finish 11th.
My biggest fear is that we're not going to have the characters in the dressing room who have got the fight in them to get us away from 11th place.
And if you do, and just before we let you go, Ali, and if you do finish 11th and you're in that playoff, do you fear you get relegated because of you think you don't have the attitude, the mindset to beat a Partick Thistle or a Dunfermline?
Wouldn't it be so ironic that we get Dunfermline? Will we save ourselves in a relegation playoff?
I feel like I want to cuddle you, mate. Look at his face.
God love him.
Honestly, I want to just reach through that tail and
Let's
give you
fan
a
and say,
cuddle.
if you're listening, this is what you're doing to the people of Aberdeen.
Honestly, I really don't know. I don't have the faith in the players to get us out of the trouble that we're in. I really don't, and I hate the fact that I'm sitting here saying that, doubting my team, but I am doubting them because of what we're seeing on the pitch, particularly after Saturday's first half performance. Honestly, I have the fear. I really have the fear.
Feel it, mate.
So, Ali, we'll get you back on the show when you're playing Partick Thistle in a playoff final.
Enjoy Morton next year, big man. All right. Ali Begg from ABTV. We wish you all the best for the rest of the season, pal. And thank you so much for joining. Give it up for Ali, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Brilliant
Ali
there from
giving
Ali
us
Begg.
I mean, what more do you need? A fantastic summation of what's going on.
I've known Ali for a number of years. Massive Aberdeen fan, as you can see from from behind him. He's got all the pictures up and he's decorated his little area in red.
He's smashing it up by the end of the season, over
and he's hurting. You can see how much he is hurting, but it's not just him. The entire Aberdeen fan base are hurting. And again, as much as there's a rivalry between Rangers and Aberdeen,
God, poor Aberdeen.
He was just sitting back,
loving
that whole thing. Karma's a bitch.
What you can say about Aberdeen is that they are a huge football club with a brilliant travelling support.
That does not. This whole thing of a bit.
What I'm saying is that the fan base is there. They're passionate. They love their club. They support their club through thick and thin.
I've heard this from a number of people already on other podcasts and other shows going, "Oh, they're too big to go down." Oh no, they're not.
They think they're too big to go down, but
they're too big to go down. They are the worst performing team in that bottom six. If trends continue as they are,
they're 11th.
They're 11th, and Livy are looking above. They're in so much bother. We'll flip it on its head and give Craig McLeish all the credit in the world for coming into St Mirren and turning not that the feeling was bad, because I don't think it was totally bad. Stephen Robinson didn't have a good run of form and left, but what a job he's done.
And they were good.
But changed them. They're now a good foot. Like he said, 73% possession in the first half. That's not a
St Mirren ever had that?
I know.
He's changed it, and he the players were so crucial in him getting that job. They went to Keith Lasley and said, "We like this guy's idea. We like what he's going to do for this club. Give it to him to the end of the season."
That's what you need, isn't it? It's players buying in, because as Ali's saying, that Aberdeen players sounds like do not buy into Stephen Robinson.
No, I was impressed with St Mirren. They were very, very good.
And they will go to Celtic Park and cause them bothers on Saturday.
Oh, they will.
They will.
They go from Aunga.
So good, isn't it?
Such a great goal on the edge of the box, right foot, driven low into the corner, really good goal. Gogic, for me, He's such a good player, isn't he? You always get a minimum 8 out of 10 from him. Even if they're in a losing team, he's always a standout for me. Gogic is such a great player, and that leap for the header into the corner, brilliant.
It's guys like that can drag you up just in a game, in a league season, and he's a big reason why I think St Mirren will be fine.
Yeah, and you need players like that in your team. I remember, it wasn't that long ago, I think it was last season, I did see some Rangers players, Rangers fans going, we need a player like a Gogic in the middle of the park.
Barry Ferguson was on another radio station, and he said if he'd have got the Rangers job, he would have signed a player like Alec Gogic.
I get why.
Yeah,
you get that,
I get why. Yeah, mentality and just like power and
totally.
He's got to come up against them.
Nice guy,
yeah.
Aye.
Right, so St Mirren go marching, and I think St Mirren I think that they'll be fine.
I agree with you. Good. I think they're fine.
I really worry for Aberdeen. I do slightly worry for Kilmarnock, not for the same reasons as Aberdeen. It's because you can go from 2 really good performances, technically 3 very good performances, even though the result wasn't good against Celtic, but then also come 3-0 away to Hibs. Yeah. They're so up and down.
It's like the Falkirk one, even before that good run, it was so bad and they got battered.
100%.
Good.
And they got battered 5-1 against Falkirk, didn't they? Then but the thing is, though, they bounced back from that defeat to Falkirk to beat Hearts 1-0, and that's your
so
point.
Up and down. Yeah. I think this is what I mean. I also think they'll be fine because they've got a better team than Aberdeen. And Finlay Curtis is unbelievable.
And the thing is about Kilmarnock is that they've shown they can bounce back, and they've got that performance like against Hearts, like against Celtic in them. Yep. Aberdeen haven't shown any of that.
No, it was a 3-0 defeat for Kelly away to Hibs.
Hibs were good.
If that Hibs turns up in the top 6, then Motherwell are looking over their shoulder. There's 100%. Only 3 points in it, the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hibs are again. They're another one. We've sat here all season and just go, great team, doing well, but they were all just like stagnating in 5th.
Yeah.
As if Hibs need a good start in the game. Obviously, they score after 15 seconds or something. But if they get a good start, they're fine.
I think that I'm getting momentums with Hibs. They could catch Motherwell.
Yeah.
I think they really could.
Motherwell 3-2 defeat to Falkirk. Fair play to Falkirk. I mean, I'm gonna cast my vote for John McGlynn as manager of the year. I don't care who wins the league.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Top 6, yep. Cup semi, probably cup final. Let's be honest. Sorry, Dunfermline fans. Yeah, it's the lowest budget in the league. Or second lowest budget in the league.
No, it is the lowest.
It's incredible.
It's the lowest budget.
Also, they play good football. It's not as if they're just
that's the difference.
long ball.
He said it post match when he's congratulated for the top 6. He says he sat his team down at the beginning of the season and said, "Listen, we can do this 2 ways. We can survive by doing a 5 at the back, turgid football." I says, but he looked round at the players and said, "You can all play football here. Why don't we just go play football?" And look at them now. He's my manager of the year.
Also love that every game's a sellout. Like the fans are turning up for them. Like,
yeah.
Stuff like that.
It's special. A big club.
And 1,500 fans turned up at Motherwell for that game as well. Yeah. The thing about Falkirk is that they're not getting as much praise as Motherwell this season, but they're playing just as good a football. They're attacking, they're creating chances, they have a go. They're not as pretty on the eye as Motherwell, but they've been superb. And Calvin Miller, his stats speak for themselves.
Very good.
And his delivery for the first goal that Barney Stewart...
shot that hit the bar.
But the turn round, he's left the defender for dead. He's left the defender for dead, and then he tries to chip the goalkeeper from like 50 yards, and it nearly goes in and hits the crossbar. Another player that's knocking on the door of the Scotland squad, for me, is Calvin Miller. We don't have a player like that in the team. Finlay Curtis is a similar type of player. He's direct, he's a winger, he can create chances. Calvin Miller is that. Because we do lack pace in the final third for Scotland and creativity.
But this is my issue, is that he's not going to go now. Because he's not going to go in the final 2 friendlies against Curaçao and Venezuela or Bolivia, whoever it is, because at that point you're tinkering with a squad in order to play the first game against Haiti. It was the 2 games there to do that.
Yep.
And he didn't do it. He stuck Kenny McLean on rather than Lennon Miller or Irving.
That's true, yes.
The last 10, 15 minutes. I couldn't believe it.
So, again, I was speaking to some people over the weekend about Barney Stewart. People who are in a way better position than me to judge a player. One of them was a former Scotland internationalist who went to World Cup in 1998. And, well, John Spencer. And he is raving about Barney Stewart. He watches him quite regularly because his boy is in the midfield for Falkirk.
Brad.
Mm-hmm. Good player as well.
And for me, Barney Stewart is that rough diamond that every international squad needs, that offers something different to what we already have. Barney Stewart, I would put on that plane to the World Cup. I don't know if you're the same, Ian.
I would. Yes, I was going to ask you who instead of
Dykes.
Is that Dykes? Is it Adams?
It's Dykes, because I think I think the reason that he goes ahead of Dykes for me is
he's obviously not going to.
He's not going to, but he has to, and I think there will be a clamour for it before the World Cup squad is announced, because I think Barney Stewart's just going to continue this good form. He offers everything that Dykes can offer, but he does it with pace and he does it without fear. He's pace, powerful, scores goals. I've spoke to defenders that have come up against him. He's a nightmare to play against. Absolute nightmare. His movement is second to none. His power, his touch can be a wee bit off, but again, that's that rough diamond. I just think if you've got him up top, or you bring him on for the last 20 minutes when you need goals against Haiti, because it could come down to goal difference if we get out that group or not, then I would bring a Barney Stewart on before I bring a Lyndon Dykes on, or a Conway, or a Hurst. He's your unpredictable impact player from the bench. For me,
I did think the same about Ross Stewart, but down at Southampton. So I would rather him than Dykes and Hurst.
But Ross Stewart, again, he's had injuries this season, but when he's been playing for Southampton, he's been outstanding, and his goal against Arsenal is what Ross Stewart can deliver and what he can offer. And if he hadn't had an injury-ravaged season, he's very much in that Scotland squad for me.
I've just had a wee WhatsApp update from the SPFL. We won't get the split fixtures announced today. They'll do it as soon as they're able to.
And after spoke to Celtic.
Multiple. Lowell's no there anymore.
Oh yeah. Lowell's no there anymore.
That's us no hosting the SPFL Christmas do, is it? Multiple stakeholders are currently in negotiations. It's never straightforward, but they'll be out as soon as they possibly can.
Negotiations? What does that mean?
Well, Sky will get to determine where it goes.
Oh, Sky will have a big say in police.
Yeah, completely.
Oh, yeah. It'll be all that.
Jean's Bertolascu was raging.
Rightfully.
After the game.
There are two decisions.
Well, let's talk about the one that he very quickly went in on the SFA about.
Yes.
And the lack of cameras.
He does that quite a lot, doesn't he? He's
very opinionated.
Quite aggressive.
Yep, absolutely. That will get him the Celtic job more than anything else. Mind his footballing ability. For me, I can make no defence for that decision. I'm baffled by that.
Liam Henderson on Mass when he say it's a red card and a penalty.
I can by the laws of the game it should be. I can understand why people think that a general rule change in that he's no meaning to do it. Like a red card maybe a bit harsh. The laws of the game, it is a red card completely, but I think maybe does it need to be a red card?
That needs to be looked at.
It's that one angle, because I think when you saw it again, last see sports scene last night, the first angle you kind of think, oh, has he slipped? But it's the one, like the reverse angle of it.
But the reverse angle is Motherwell TV, is it not?
That's what
Motherwell's
he said,
on camera.
Yeah. How does that make any sense? Like, why is the guys making the decision not got every possible angle?
Yeah, they can't. So I don't think they can. They're not, because the Motherwell TV one. I mean, it's not a live feed. They're filming and editing it afterwards, but they have.
This is the problem, Barnett. It goes back to the Negrin offside. The angles in Scottish football just aren't suitable.
I don't blame the on-field referee for that one.
No.
But how the VAR assistants who can go through that, and he's right. This is at a time when it could become 1-1. Motherwell then can go on and win the game, and Motherwell could end up 6 clear of Hibs rather than the 3 they're in. It's tough.
It's huge. I think we all agree that's a penalty. It's also a sending off. Falkirk get away with one there, and then Falkirk get a penalty for holding on to Lissa, the boy they've got on loan from Swansea, who I think is an outstanding player. He's a brilliant player. He won't be at Falkirk next season. I've watched this back a few times. I had to rewind it. Is it a penalty for holding? I don't think that the Motherwell player is holding on to Lissa. I think he's got his arms out to block the run, but he's not holding on to him. Or am I wrong?
I think you see that challenge or that duel every corner.
Is it a penalty?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's a penalty.
I know.
He's like this, Ronnie. He's got his arms out.
Yeah.
He's not looking at the ball.
I think in those scenarios, if you're pulling.
Correct.
Pulling down, pulling away, fair. But as you say, he's just.
Yeah, and what Lisa's doing is very clever. He's trying to get round him, but he's also holding on at the top of his shoulder to get round him and pull away from him. And at no point does
I think the cameras, certain cameras, make it look worse than what it actually was.
Yeah, slow down as well is always looking worse.
And that's got into the minds of the referee at that and go, right,
is that a penalty for you, Ronnie?
The ref gave the penalty, didn't he?
He did,
so it's
yes.
then, is it enough to
the
overturn
point, the point that you made, you're around it so many times. That means that it's not clear and obvious for you, so they couldn't overturn it, because if you're doing that 10 times, then they kind of go, you've got that categorically clear and obviously wrong.
I only did it 4 times.
4, right, fair enough. But is Motherwell's, is Jons Bertalascu playing himself out of the Celtic job by their recent dip in form?
Great question. What a question that is.
I don't think so.
I think Roberto Martinez is Celtic manager next year.
That wasn't my question.
It's not him. He won't be your Celtic manager.
Is he playing himself out of contention?
If Martinez turns it down, because they're going to go for Martinez.
If they finish 5th, that's maybe an argument then.
That he is very, very high up on the Celtic managerial want list.
But so's Martinez.
True. But I think there's, as far as I understand it, and a few people that I've spoken to,
he is admired.
Askew would walk across the M74 for this guy.
Correct.
And I've heard from a couple of different sources that he's very keen to speak to Michael Nicholson about what's going on over at Celtic.
Correct.
So,
do you think, you're a Celtic fan, do you think that
I don't think you can hire... I would like him to be in the Celtic dugout next season. I think he's probably what's required. I don't think Celtic hire a manager if he finishes 5th in the league. I don't care what his style of play is.
I mean, bit of
I don't think he can.
on me here, but has he won anything before Motherwell?
No.
He's not won trophies, has he? It's like you wouldn't expect that kind of job without trophies.
It's the style of play. It's the Ange ball without Ange, and that's the worry.
So my question then to you...
Won things.
Yeah,
who had one thing to World Cups.
Yeah. So my question to you is this: if there's a straight choice between Martinez and the Motherwell manager,
neither. Can I tell you who I want? Who I think would be brilliant? And I'm going to get so done for this, right?
Right. Hold on, drum roll.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm waiting to hear this because I don't know what you're about to say. Go.
Steve Clarke.
I'd love that. As a Rangers fan, I would love
I think
that.
he's what Celtic need.
Really?
Clear the decks.
What do you see in Steve Clarke? Do you think, I want that at Celtic Park? What's
a manager, not a head coach? Celtic's structure has shown you when you hire in a head coach and then you rely on sporting directors or head of recruitments to do your other business, they crumble, i.e. Nancy, i.e. Rodgers. Martin O'Neill's a manager and is turning things around. It's not going to happen because they need a manager in place before the World Cup to sort things out. I just think Steve Clarke is a guy who'll be able to phone up a couple of agents, get the players he wants in, and I don't think...
Grant Hanley, Lyndon Dykes.
I just think that
McLean,
would be... I think he would win stuff with Celtic. I think it'd be box office. But you know why it's not going to happen? Because they need someone in...
See, I don't think Clark suits a team with good footballers. You know,
I think
history's been very unkind to Steve. The Scotland job has been little unkind to Steve Clarke. When Steve Clarke was down south working with Mourinho and stuff, and then moved on to his teams in England, they played well. They played
good
a
football.
Good style.
No, you're right.
He went to Kelly and realised he didn't have the players for that. I think Scotland, he probably didn't have the players for that, and now unfortunately is stuck with that. I think if he goes to a Celtic and has a chance to go, do you know what, let's go a wee bit attacking. There's an attacking manager in there. Listen, let's not get bogged down. I don't think it's not going to happen, but I think that would be. And then imagine with the media every week speak to Steve Clarke, Celtic manager. Oh, that'd be a laugh. I think it will be Askew. If that's
a shortlist, but that's bizarre because you've got Askew who plays one way and Clark's fit. I know.
So they'll meet in the middle and probably go with Martinez, won't they? Right, let's go through the rest of the leagues then very quickly, and it is advantage St Johnstone once again, 5 points clear at the top thanks to a 4-2 win over Arbroath.
It's over.
Yeah, it's done.
It's over.
Sadly,
it's done.
it?
St Johnstone in the league, Ian?
Yes, absolutely.
Ronnie?
Correct.
Done.
Bottom of the table though, Stuart Kettlewell's rant post-match, calling it the worst result in Ross County's history.
Lost the head a little bit, hasn't he?
He is gone. He's gone. And I'm so surprised. I think they have to sack him.
Really?
Or they go down. This,
Not a fan, are you?
You can't. You cannot be the guy who has made the worst result in their history, get pumped 4-0 at home by your relegation rivals, and expect to stay in a job at this point. Surely, no? Anyway, they're bottom of the table. Dunfermline sort of, they're now in that fourth spot.
They're there.
kinda
It's safe, they're done.
So, unfortunately, I think for the Championship, apart from the relegation battle, things are kind of shoring up. Yep. In League One, Stenhousemuir moved to the top of the table with a couple of points. That's because Inverness were in the Cup final, which they were beaten by Wraith Rovers. Well done to Wraith Rovers. So Stenhousemuir 2 points clear. Kelty Hearts closing the gap to Hamilton, 2 points in it now. If Hamilton go down after everything
really
they've gone,
unfair, isn't it? Just got the stadium back as well.
Just
now.
going back to New Douglas Park. I would be interested to know. I've had a few text messages from worried Hamilton fans in the sense they want to know how they go about, how they went about getting their stadium back.
It's all a bit strange.
Just with everything that's went on, and there's a lot of legal disputes going, so we'll not go into it, but they're just going, right, okay.
What's really going on?
Yeah. Which I felt the fans deserve to know. And in League Two, it's as you were. The Spartans and East Kilbride still battling it out. East Kilbride stay top with a 2-1 win over Annan. Spartans 3-0 over Edinburgh City, who remain bottom. Iain Mitchell, your team of the week.
Ooh.
Don't say Rangers.
Oh. I would go Wraith, actually.
Yeah,
just win the Challenge Cup because they seem to win that every season.
Good
so
win.
I'll give them
3-1.
some credit.
Team of the week for me, St Mirren. Big win against Aberdeen. Huge game against their former manager and a really good performance. So, yeah, St Mirren for me. And Ronnie Charters, your team of the week.
Team of the week for me is Airdrieonians. Fantastic 4-0 win over Ross County.
Something kettle well with him.
Condemning Ross County to go bottom of the table. And let's see what happens. We will be back next week. No time for the quiz, folks, unfortunately. See what happens when Callum Bell's not here. We just have so much good football chat that we just stumble across. Thanks to Ali Begg. We need to check on him. We left him and
his face.
It was like, just can't do it, gentlemen. I
think I felt hungover after that chat.
And I'm sorry to tell you, my flight gets back in from Amsterdam on Sunday night. So Monday morning, you're not getting any better than this. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put it out there now. Right, before we go though, folks, we do have a very special offer, don't we?
Aye, we do.
And you can...
it's for Premier Sports on the STV player.
Stop what you're doing.
Tell them.
We've got an exclusive STV Player Plus with Premier Sports offer for you lovely people at home. And Ian. And Ali Begg, because I'll be watching his team in the Championship next year. This is the subscription with loads of live sport and thousands of hours of ad-free drama. The good stuff. Head to stv.tv/deal. Use the code PS half price. And it's only $8.99 a month for 2 months instead of $17.99.
That's a great
deal.
deal.
You get so much in that. Half price, a bargain, valid until Friday the 10th of April. So you don't have a lot of time. UK residents aged 18 or over. It's only for new and returning subscribers on a monthly STV Player Plus with Premier Sports plan. Auto renewals unless cancelled. Terms and exclusions apply. So $8.99 for a couple of months is no bad, considering you're going to get the end of the season rundown.
Aye, and
you're going to get you're going to get Scottish Cup. You'll get everything else in between. So there you go, folks. Head to stv.tv/deal. Use the code PS half price. You're the way to do that now, aren't you?
I'm on the Jambos.
There it is. So, our big thanks to Ian. You're more than welcome back anytime.
Thank you, Ian. This is Ibrox. It's a podcast. You prick.
Callum back. Is Callum back next week?
I have no idea.
And we'll see. Right, we will be back next week. We will give you a quiz, we promise. Please like, share, subscribe, send all your comments, send your jokes in. Sally's is the one to beat about the gynecologist that can't see.
Aye,
we all agree with that. Right, and we will be back next week. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you then. Bye for now.
The STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by CR Smith.
The STV Radio Football Show is brought to you by CR Smith. CR Smith are local everywhere in Scotland. They offer great finance rates so you can get the best products for your home at an affordable rate. CR Smith are Scotland's top rated windows and doors company on Trustpilot. Make sure you're on the ball. Head to crsmith.co.uk to get stuck into the amazing windows and doors. Thank you very much to CR Smith and thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time on the STV Radio Football Show.